Oh my god, it's probably not professional to start with a yawn, but whatever, here we are. Good morning. Today is Presents Day. It is January, oh my god. It's July 22nd, 2025. It is 7 in the morning. Why am I up a whole hour before the Presents? I'm not sure I know. We are about 3 months away from Legends Arceus's release. I believe the official date is the 16th of October. If I'm wrong, my editor will just correct me. It's whatever. Which is really the big thing we're all looking forward to, but we know Pokemon Presents is not ever that, literally ever. We all know that it's going to be 15 minutes of mobile slop, a couple minutes of stuff we actually want, and then the finale is going to be like a 4 to 5 minute video about the actual game we care about, which is their latest release, right? Probably Legends EA this time, not probably. Definitely. As usual, with every Presents, everyone winds up hoping for something different. Everyone has a different part of the fan base they're a part of. There are people who love Terra raids, mobile games, you fucking name it. So everyone's gonna want something. Will everyone get what they're looking for? Very politely, hell no. If you're a Pokemon fan and you're not rooting for the main series games, there's probably like a 25% chance every single Presents or Direct that you're gonna get what you want, maybe lower than that. But I still respect everyone for keeping up hope. Now that means that people are going to be disappointed and some people aren't going to be disappointed. Now, who am I rooting for? Well, first and foremost, I would love actual Pokemon Unite news. If you guys are not familiar, Pokemon Unite is entering its 4th anniversary with Latias and Latios being the new units available. I believe one is a support, one is a DPS, or sorry, one is an attacker, my bad. They also released a development letter letting us know that they are going to make some significant changes to the game, some positive things moving forward, things that will hopefully make the health of Unite better, even though it's already on its deathbed with glass bones and paper skin. Do I believe them? As someone who used to play that game professionally and who still plays pretty casually all the time, no. They outlet a few changes that I think will be good for the overall health of the game, but considering how much cool shit that Global and China gets, and we simply do not over here, we get shit from a butt, I don't think the changes they're outlining are going to make the game more successful, or honestly, I don't even think they'll come at all. But I really do hope that I'm wrong. I like being wrong. Last time I was wrong, I said to everyone that was watching me that I would never, ever, ever expect to see Megas in a game again, ever. A spin-off, a nothing. If it wasn't a mobile game, I thought I would never see Megas again, and look who's got egg on her face now. So they didn't go through all this trouble and 4 years of work and taking all of our money and making a development letter just to like wind up producing more poop. All right, number 2, I hope the mystery dungeon fans finally get what they want so they can shut the fuck up. It's every year with those guys. Is that really? Huh. Neat. I really do hope that they get what they want, but I really do see a mystery dungeon post every single fucking Presents ever from the beginning of time until right now. You know, I really should forgive them. I really do apologize because I know exactly what it's like to have Pokemon make a masterpiece and then forget it exists and never talk about it again and wonder why you even care about the fanbase in the first place. I'm bitter. Sorry, you know what I want at this point. Last but not least, I really do hope we see a new Mega in the trailer. I don't need that, but it'd be really nice to assure that we could have a new Mega of some kind. But I do want to applaud them for a little bit because I've noticed that I believe this is the longest period in between Pokemon games, maybe not ever, but if not for a very long time. And on top of that, they haven't really given us a whole lot of anything. They have given us some stuff. We know characters, we know some of the lore, we know where we're going. We've seen the pro tags, but that wasn't until pretty recently, and for a decent chunk of the time the game was in development, of course, obviously, even up to right now, we didn't really get anything at all. And that's good. That's good. I want that from them, right? I don't want them to pump out games every year like a Taco Bell. And I also don't want them to give us everything overnight because then it makes me worry that there's no substance in the game in the first place and they have to sell us on something. So I'm hoping that maybe the fact that the game has not come out yet and the fact that we have not heard anything yet is a sign that they're actually letting things cook for once. I believe Nintendo and Game Freak and Pokemon in general have mentioned before that they didn't feel like they could keep up with the current quality of games at their rate of production. Basically, long story short, they had a meeting a couple years ago, and in that meeting they said, girl, we need to slow down. And I think that to some degree, they all agreed. So maybe this is the first sign of that happening, because that meeting happened, I believe, around the early days of Scarvi's lifespan. So maybe this is the first time of that happening. Maybe they actually did slow the fuck down. We can only hope, right? I'll probably yap some more about it after the direct when I'm done. I will give you a before, this is the before, and the after. I will see you guys in, I don't know, 60 minutes. Math is hard. Okay, so we're probably just gonna speed through this because I didn't expect that to go the way it did. Some people are calling this mid, some people are saying it's the GOAT. I don't know how y'all feel. I think the easiest way for me to talk about what I feel is to probably just go through it like this, which is probably how you were gonna watch it anyway. So if you think about it, you're welcome. I know, I'm a woman of the people. So basically the plan is I'm gonna skip through everything I might find less important. No disrespect to any of the television shows or the content they're creating or worlds or the mobile stuff. I just know that there's a lot to cover on the back end, and if I don't cover that, well, you know. But if you wanna watch the whole thing, obviously the presents up. It's about 24 minutes long. I might link it in the description, so this way you can just watch that as well, potentially, question mark. But if you want to, you know where to find it. Anyway, let's press the button. Next world is in Anaheim, which I'm sure you know is in California. It's not much of a change from what Worlds usually is. I love Worlds, it's always a great show. The only real difference is a lot of the things they're competing on or for or with are gonna be on the Switch 2, which is great. I think the Switch 2 should have those things. Why not? I think this is a great way to market their product, and honestly, these things should have been on better hardware a long time ago. But then again, they didn't really have better hardware a long time ago. Pokemon Concierge is back. I love this show. If you have yourself some Netflix or some other means to watch it, wink wonk, make sure you do that. The animation style is amazing. The story is really incredible, and it really just makes you feel like Pokemon are real, which I wish they were. I don't know why we got things like life-threatening diseases and crime instead of this. Why couldn't I have this? Hello? Pokepark Kanto is the newest Pokemon outdoor attraction opening in Japan. It looks absolutely gorgeous. Another kind of real life thing they're trying to introduce to make you feel like Pokemon is real. And again, boy howdy, I wish it was. It's gonna be great. It's gonna look great. I probably won't make it there till 2030 because your girl is poor, but I am very happy to see more stuff like this pop up. Quite frankly, we need 40 more of these and 20 less Disneylands. The usual mobile stuff is here: Pokemon Go, Pokemon Unite, Pokemon Masters. Honestly, I know that people always joke about how this is mobile slop, and honestly, I'm not one to not make those jokes either, but I think it's worth a try. If you've not played at least one of the mobile games, if you really love Pokemon and want to have Pokemon on your phone and on your Switch and on your this and on your that, I think it's worth it to maybe try Cafe Mix, try the new Pokemon Friends game coming out from the App Store right now, Pokemon Go. Honestly, at least one of these is worth your time. I wouldn't say all of them, but if you're really into mobile stuff, then yeah, but I would say give one of the mobile games a try. The best time to do is after it presents, because that's usually when they give you cool new free stuff, especially this game. As expected, Pokemon Unite mentioned nothing about them reworking the game or changing it for the better. They did just show Latias and Latios, let you know you get a badge like you usually do, and then also they reminded you that there's new cool stuff you can pay for. Not really boding well, considering the fact that this 4th anniversary is supposed to quote-unquote change the game, but we'll see. Who knows? Oh yeah, also Palmot's coming, but I think most of us knew that. I can't wait to punch somebody. Now, this is where things get a little spicy. If you guys don't know, the Treasures of Ruin have never been available shiny literally ever. In fact, maybe I'll go back so you can see the Terra Raid footage for this. Hold on. Yeah, so these Treasures of Ruin have never been available shiny. They've been shiny locked since day one, and there's usually an event towards the end of these games' lifespans where these Pokemon that have been shiny locked forever finally become not shiny locked. And this is that event. So I don't think it'll happen again. I know me personally, I made a terrible mistake and I missed out on the shiny Zacian and Zamazenta from the end of Sword and Shield's lifespan. I will not be making that mistake again, and you shouldn't either. Whether you like these games or not, if you even kind of care about these, make sure you tap in for these dates, because I promise you they will be gone and not come back. Make sure you don't miss any of them, because this is gonna be good. We did in fact finally get some Champions news. I'm really excited about Champions. It seems like they're going in a weirdly different direction with the franchise that I'm not opposed to, but I think that Champions is gonna wind up being the kind of game that you make specifically for, you know, those showdown moments. You know, they're trying to take Showdown out back and shoot it in the head, which I'm honestly kind of fine with. Not to sound graphic, but I'm kind of cool with that, because they've been needing to do that for a long time. Not to say I don't love Showdown, but they've needed their own Showdown competitor for a hot minute. This game looks to be a paid game. I'm not sure for certain, but all of the V-Bucks, or whatever you're calling them on the side, they're only things you can get when you're battling in-game. They can only be gotten during battling in game. There don't appear to be any kind of microtransactions. It looks like the game itself will be paid, and then everything else in the game you can just work for. They've now replaced not very effective and super effective with words like extremely effective and I believe mostly ineffective. Thank you for seeing that. Thank you. Oh my god, W video. So I'm really excited to see where this takes us. In the main series games, because I feel like the main series games are going to kind of shy away from more traditional battles, and B, in the competitive field, because competitive has needed a platform on its own to stand on its own for a long time now. I think with the Switch 2 and Pokemon Champions are going to really start trying to solidify this as an esport. Not to say it isn't already popular, but it can be even more popular with access to things like renting Pokemon you might have normally had the chance to, and actually being able to edit your stats down to the percentage point instead of having to train and farm the mons and everything, which I am totally comfortable doing, but not every single person who competes in this game for a living will have the time to. I think this is great. All right, so what I'm not going to do is watch the entire direct again, because if I did and then I paused to react to everything, give you my opinion, the video would be 60 or 70 minutes long, and the whole point is to try and make this shorter and more informative than the actual present, and if I do that, that won't be the case. So it's time for the curse of bullet points. Here we go. Mega Dragonite is revealed as the first new Mega, Dragon and Flying type. She looks absolutely gorgeous, and if you weren't on Team Dragonite before, I don't want you on Team Dragonite now. Fashion design is back and better than ever with super deep levels of customization. Looks like we can even change our hair color in more than one way. We have several stores, and in fact an entire mall just for fashion. This is what you get for complaining for the last 7 years about not being able to change your clothes, even though Scarlet and Violet and Sword and Shield customization and Legends Arceus customization was good. But whatever, not my point. There will be a Switch 2 bundle for Legends EA that's about $500 and will come with a Switch 2 and a copy of the game. There won't be any special or fancy art, but if you don't have a Switch 2 already, this might incentivize you to get one. I think Rogue Mega Pokemon will replace Alphas in the wild. What you'll have to do is investigate and defeat them on your own in these big closed off battles where you yourself must Mega Evolve to defeat the evil. Yes, they have Dark Souls health bars. Yes, I'm scared. Former Team Flare admin Mabel is now the Professor, which is, I guess, we're letting terrorists do schoolwork now? Not what I'm trying to talk about. I support women's rights and wrongs. And the chair is kind of cool. Naveen and Lita are part of your new crew, each with their own signature Pokemon, Scraggy and Staryu, which maybe may have some significance later? Who knows? Couldn't tell you. And last but not least, when you pre-order the game, you'll get a special Ralts holding a Gardevoir that you can use on your journey through Kalos. Now, I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but usually with these gift Pokemon, they don't let you nickname them, and I'm a nicknamer, so if that affects you, just a heads up. That's pretty much it. We already know Legends comes out in October of this year. It's going to be available on the Switch 1 and the Switch 2. I'm really excited for it. Let me know what you're looking forward to the most, if you have a Mega you really are hoping for, or if you really like Mega Dragonite, or if you don't like Mega Dragonite. And last but not least, let me know in the comments what starter you're picking. Oh, I don't have like an outro or anything. You're just supposed to go watch from the video.